Hello, my name is Jai and this is a video into JPEG versus RAW image formats. We use different image formats to get different things from our images, and different image formats work better in different situations. We'll go into the differences now. So the difference between JPEG and RAW files is essentially how the camera captures the image, and we use the two different file formats to help our editing process. Now, a JPEG is smaller in file size, and generally any image you see on a computer or online is in the JPEG format. The file is already processed in the camera, which means the colour correction is done within camera, so the camera works out how to best produce the image and how to best process it, and then when you take it from the camera it's already done. Because of this, the camera gets rid of any information it doesn't need or doesn't deem necessary when it does this processing. This means the file comes with a lot less information. In turn, this means there's a lot less ability to edit / save an image if you have done something wrong or underexposed, or the colours or the shadows are wrong. So JPEGs are good for quick photography. Now, a RAW file essentially is the largest file size you can get out of a camera, and what the camera does is it captures all of the information for an image and then it saves that to the camera without doing any processing in camera. This means that once you go into your editing software, that file will have all of the information in it. However, it will be necessary, or in most cases will be necessary, to edit and colour correct these files. Because they've captured all the information, it doesn't necessarily produce the best looking image straight out of camera, but there's much greater scope to process these images. Now, usually when we do photography, we capture JPEG and RAW. This means you can capture, say, 500 images on a shoot, and you've got these in the JPEG format, which are a lot smaller. You go through these to see which are composed right and which ones you want to use. You then draw the RAW images from the camera and you go into further processing with these images. And this is a shoot I did for a client on electric cars. Now, as you can see from here, this is the JPEGs. So I've saved JPEG files, but I've also saved RAW files. And the reason I did this is I was able to make a contact sheet with the JPEGs and send them across to the client fairly quickly because the file sizes are small. Then I got a request back that they wanted to use this image. I don't think this is a particularly well lit image. So what I've done is I've gone over into the RAW file, clicked the Develop tab, and then to give myself an idea, I've just got an auto. Okay, it's kind of tidied it up a little bit, it's brought the shadows out, however it's still quite dark. Now what I'm going to do is bring the exposure up. And there we go. I would be quite happy to send that image across, and using a RAW file, you have that flexibility because all of the information was taken in that image, including the dark bits where the shadows are, which means that if I need to lighten it up, I have the option to do so. And this is why it's important to shoot in RAW, because you might compose an image beautifully, however, due to the dynamics of the image, it might be too dark or it might need sharpening, various things such as that. And all of these options down here, when using a RAW file, are a lot more effective than if you were to do it with a JPEG, because with a JPEG, not all of that information is stored. Most cameras you're able to record RAW and JPEG at the same time, which means one press of the shutter will capture both a JPEG file and the RAW file of the same image.